How's it going, everybody? Daner here with North Central Coins, and today I'm going to be explaining to you guys how much gold there is in Fort Knox. Now, Fort Knox is a United States Army installation in the state of Kentucky, just south of Louisville and north of Elizabethtown. It is adjacent to the United States Bullion depository, which is used to house a large portion of the United States official gold reserves. And within its often conflated 109,000 square acre base, covers parts of the counties. It currently holds the Army Human Resources Center of Excellence, including the Army Human Resources Command, in name of its honor, Henry Knox, Chief of Artillery in the American Revolutionary War, and the first United States Secretary of War. So this is basically where the United States holds all of its gold, and a lot of countries from around the world will actually send their gold to be held in this depository. So there is a whole lot of money held in this place. I'm sure myself and many others first heard about Fort Knox from the third Die Hard movie, Die Hard with a Vengeance. It is actually my favorite Die Hard movie in the franchise, and I definitely suggest, if you haven't seen it, that you go check it out. But in this movie, Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson team up, and eventually the bad guys perform a heist on Fort Knox, and they end up stealing a whole lot of gold from the facility. That is where I first heard about it, and I found it pretty interesting at the time. So in this video, I'm going to explain what the current state of Fort Knox is and how much gold they hold in their reserves. But before I do start this off, I would really appreciate if you guys would hit that thumbs up and subscribe if you would like to see more coin collecting and precious metal content just like this. And then without further ado, what do you say we get into this and we take a little peek inside of one of the most hidden treasures of the United States. So the question of how much gold there is in Fort Knox, to my surprise, actually has two different answers from two different sets of people who don't seem to get convinced by each other's views. Now, Fort Knox is a United States military base. It is also home to the Bullion Depository, better known amongst the masses as the Gold Vault of the USA. It was built in 1936 and started operations in 1937, when the process of shifting gold to the depository started in January to proceed to transferring most of the U.S. gold to the site. It has also stored other valuable belongings at various times, like original Declaration of Independence, the Bill of Rights, reserves from European countries during World War II, and Magna Carta, key documents from Western history, the U.S. Constitution, the Articles of Confederation, 3 volumes of the Gutenberg Bible, and specimens of Sacagawea dollar coins of 22-karat gold. The security, not to mention, is prime and best established. This 2-level vault has a door weighing 24.6 tons, walls made of granite, and the strength of the building can be estimated with the building materials used, which include 16,000 cubic feet of granite, 750 tons of steel, 670 tons of structural steel, and 4,200 cubic yards of concrete. No visitors are allowed, and no one person has access to all the combinations of the vault. The entry being allowed only on president's orders, the facility is classified to an extent to have been visited by only 2 presidents, Franklin Roosevelt and Harry S. Truman. Now, the main question, the actual gold reserves at the Bullion Depository. According to information from the U.S. Department of Treasury about the U.S. Mint, the present holdings of gold at Fort Knox are about 147.3 million ounces. This is stored in the form of 368,000 gold bars and 400 troy ounces, or 27.5 pounds of weight. The highest amount in this century has been 649.6 million ounces in the year 1941. That is an amount enough to make 20 statues of liberty of pure gold. It is also stated that no gold has been moved from the facility except small amounts for purity checks during scheduled audits. Now here's an alternate answer, the conspiracy theory that keeps coming up in the form of allegations by people like Edward Durrell and Tom Valentine, who suggest that the gold from Fort Knox was secretly sold and sent to London by President Lyndon Johnson in the years 1967 and 1968 to keep the prices of gold stable. Mr. Durrell suggested in 1970s that only 1,000 tons of the 8,500 tons remained at Fort Knox. The facts supporting these claims are no audit of this gold reserve since 1950 and no concrete explanations for the same. There are people who suggest that the large amounts of gold being borrowed and loaned in the market suggest that endless increase in the gold trading activity, which is only possible with the amounts of gold from Fort Knox being released in the market. Some other contentions published in the year 2001 by Free Market Gold and Money Report suggest that all the gold reserve at Fort Knox has been reclassified without any prior notification to the public about the same. The gold stored at the Fort Knox is not called the gold reserve anymore. It is called deep storage gold, the implications of which are questionable. The point raised is, if it does not remain the U.S. gold reserve anymore, and if it is, then why the label change? Tom Valentine was an independent journalist and a key string of the alternate press in the 1970s that led to the partial audit of Fort Knox. There are suggestions that only a single vault was opened as a part of the audit and did not have the expected amounts. Only some poor quality gold, probably melted from the gold coins that were seized in 1934, was found. The facts on paper, however, remain to be that the most dependable answer, which is the current value of the gold holdings at 147.3 million ounces, and no complete audits since the year 1950. So even if they do have slightly less than 147.3 million ounces, if they have more than 100 million, that is still a whole lot of gold and a whole lot of money. I'm not too sure why they would be holding on to it at this point, especially if a country is in debt. It doesn't really make sense to hold on to precious metals. I would just sell it off to pay off some of the country's debt. Maybe they expect the price of gold to keep rising massively like it has been. Over the last few decades, gold has gone from the double figure to the triple figure to the four-figure mark for a single ounce. So maybe they are expecting some major rises in price and value, and we can take this as a sign to hold on to our precious metals because they are a hedge against inflation and they have held up against the test of time when it comes to currency. If you have $1 in quarters from 1964 US, that is worth anywhere from $15 to $20 in silver melt now. And if you have $1 in quarters present day, it is worth about 50 cents in steel, maybe $1. So money has no value nowadays. Precious metals do have value. They hold their value. And if you would like to purchase some precious metals, then I suggest you click the link down in the description for APMEX's website. They are a precious metal dealer in North America with a website with a massive inventory and selection ranging from bars, bullion, hand-poured pieces. We have New Zealand Mint licensed products like Marvel, Star Wars, Harry Potter, and much, much more. So if you would like to support my channel and also shop one of the best selections online for precious metals, then just click the link down in the description below. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up and please subscribe if you would like to see more like this in the future. But I think this is pretty much going to do it for this one, guys. So until the next one, everybody, peace out and have a good one, y'all.